Hello, boys and girls. It's Mrs. Lane here, and we are on lesson 23. We're going to be doing the guided practice. So we're drawing and analyzing polygons in the coordinate plane. And if you have the 2020 version, you're going to be on pages 244 and 245. And for the rest of you, it's 236 and 237. So they've given us an example up above. I suggest that you look over and take some time with that example. But I want to move on to number 16. And what number 16 asks us to do is to find the area of the trapezoid. And right there you can see this area of a trapezoid in red. Now we did that earlier in the week. And if you remember, the best way to find the area of a trapezoid is by breaking it into parts. So when you look at this red shape right here, do you see any shapes within that shape? Well, I hope that you're able to pick out that there is a rectangle right here and a triangle right there. Does everybody see that? We've got a rectangle and a triangle. So we know that the area of a rectangle is base times height, and the area of a triangle equals 1/2 base times height. So let's start with our rectangle right here. So our base, first of all, I'm going to kind of shade in this rectangle so you can see it. Okay, the base of our rectangle is what? Goes from this line to this line, or from this line to this line. And so we just need to count up those squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Our base is 5. And we're going to multiply that by the height. Well, what is the height? The height would be from the top to the bottom. And we've got 1, 2, 3 times 3. 5 times 3 equals 15. Okay, now let's work on the triangle. So the triangle is going to be 1/2 base times height. And what is our base? Well, our base of the triangle is right here, and it's 1, 2, 3. 3 times our height, which is 1, 2, 3. So 3 times 3 is what, guys? 9. And if you take 1/2 times 9, what are you going to get? What's half of 9, guys? Right, it's 4.5. So then in order to find the answer, all that we need to do is add the rectangle plus the triangle. So we take 15 plus 4.5, and what do we come up with? 19.5. Now, it's important to put a label on that, so we're going to call that 19.5 square units. Okay, move along with me to page 245 or 247. Okay, boys and girls, we are on page 245 or 237, and we're going to do problems 17 and 18. Let's take a look at question 17. It asks us to find the area of the parallelogram. So, in order to find this area of the parallelogram, we know we're going to take base times height. Okay, so where is our base in this shape? Our base is the bottom, right? So we count the bottom and we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What's our height? Our height is from the highest point to the base, which would be this point, and we count those up and we've got 1, 2, 3. Base times height. Okay, area equals 5 times 3, or 15. So in the solution you write 15 square units. Now, if you remember, the reason that we can use area equals base times height is because this parallelogram is basically a rectangle. Do you remember we talked about that in the beginning? And I think you maybe even listened to a Khan Academy video of it. And he talked about how if you were to divide this right here, make a line right here, and you'd end up with a triangle. And then if you could pick up that triangle and put it over here, it would make the perfect rectangle. And that's the reason why we can use base times height to find the area of the parallelogram. Now we're on to our last question. 18. A swimming pool and a deck surrounding it are shown in the coordinate plane below. What is the area of the deck? Circle the letter of the correct answer. So we've got here's the beautiful pool right there, and there's this lovely deck all the way around it, and they want to know the area of the deck. So the best way to figure out the area of the deck would be to find the area of this large rectangle. But you say, Mrs. Lane, that's not all deck. There's pool inside there, and you're right. So what we're going to do is find the area of this large deck, and then we're going to subtract the area of the pool. Does that make sense? Are you guys with me? Let's start with the deck. So we know area equals base times height. Okay, the area of the deck is, we're going to start with the base, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times the height. And height is going to be this vertical line here, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 9 times 5 is 45. So our area equals 45. And I'm going to print in parentheses deck, because that's this large square. Deck square. Or excuse me, deck rectangle. But we still have to subtract the pool, right? Because we know it's not all deck. This part in the blue is the pool. So the area of the pool is going to be base times height. Okay, and the base of the pool is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times 1, 2, 3. So the area of the pool is 7 times 3, which is 21. And that's our pool. Okay, now, in order to find just the deck, we have to take 45 and subtract the pool, 21. 5 minus 1 is 4. 4 minus 2 is 2. And we come up with 24 square units. Is that a choice? Absolutely. That's C. So circle C. Okay, Ron chose D as his answer. Why is this answer incorrect? Ron did find this whole big area, but the area of the deck is the difference between the large square and the small square. And Ron the large rectangle and the small rectangle. And Ron just gave us the large rectangle. So the area of the deck is the difference between the large rectangle and the pool rectangle. Ron just gave us, or Ron just found the large rectangle. All right, kiddos. You've done a fine job on your guided practice. Tomorrow we are working on our independent practice. So best of luck. Head on over and do your PPS pages. Take care, guys. Bye.